What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Top 10 Aviation. In October 2019, the Airbus A320 defeated in terms of sales its all-time competitor, the Boeing 737. Since then, the A320 is the best-selling aircraft in the world. Considering that its production started 20 years after the 737, we can only appreciate the amazing performance of this model. Today, we're going to talk about 10 of the most interesting facts about the Airbus A320. What you will find in position number 1 is going to completely blow your mind, so make sure to stick with me until the end to find out. I'm sure you don't want to miss it. But before we start, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more amazing aviation content. All that said and done, let's begin. Number 10. The A320 has 575 buttons, switches and knobs. This is besides the 364 circuit breakers situated in the cockpit as well. So in theory, if you memorize just one button a day, it will take you almost 2 years to learn every single one of them. Luckily, the pilots don't learn the cockpit in this way. It would take way too long, and it's very inefficient. The Airbus Cockpit ergonomics are so nicely designed that a pilot can easily identify the needed switches and buttons without great effort. For example, the overhead panel is properly divided in different sections such as air conditioning, electrics, fuel, hydraulics, and fire. Each section's name is written on the side so that the pilot can just follow with his finger until getting to the needed section and find the button or knob he's looking for. The layout is very clean and uncluttered, and this avoids routine mistakes that are sometimes unavoidable in a high workload and tiring environment. Number 9. The fuel tanks of the A320 can carry up to 24,000 litres of jet fuel. If we consider the average yearly consumption of a small car to be around 600 litres, this is enough to keep your car running for 40 years. Can you just imagine that? This also gives you an idea of the cost airlines are facing during their daily operation. Not only it needs to buy the airplanes, recruit the crews and all the other personnel, but they also need to maintain, clean and refuel the airplanes on a daily basis to ensure its safe operation. Another impressive step forward from Airbus is the A320neo, which is basically a more modern and more efficient A320. Just to give you an idea, the A320neo equipped with the Pratt & Whitney engines has achieved a 16% reduction in fuel consumption, a 75% reduction in noise footprint, and a 50% reduction in nitrogen oxide emissions. With such remarkable new features, it is not surprising that airlines are rushing to order them. Number 8. Now let's talk a bit about the power of the most popular passenger jet in the world. An A320 produces 27,000 pounds of thrust. Without getting too much into complex calculations, we can say that this is around 16,000 horsepower. If this is still not clear enough, it is basically the equivalent of 5 Bugatti Chirons hanging below each of the A320's wings. Can you just imagine that? With the maximum takeoff mass being at around 70 tons, you definitely need some powerful engines to lift that baby in the air. Airbus opted for 2 engine manufacturers to power their A320s, CFM and IAE. There is a difference between these two on the technical and handling side, but they both fulfill their primary task perfectly. If during your next trip you're wondering which engines are powering the A320 you're flying with, a quick look at them will give you the answer. In fact, the AIE engines are easily recognizable due to their stretched design, while the CFM is more compact. Number 7. Have you ever wondered while boarding how complex an airplane actually is? You can find many reasons to be amazed by a commercial aircraft. These engineering wonders are big, sophisticated, and very impressive. Speaking about sophistication, did you know that there are 340,000 parts in the A320? And just to make this statement even more impressive, all these parts need to work perfectly well in order to fly. Well, not exactly, because airliners can be dispatched with defective systems as well. But as a whole, every single bolt, screw and mounting needs to be absolutely flawless to ensure the safe operation of the aircraft. That's why we have very competent mechanics to take care of our lovely airplanes before we take them to the skies. Number 6. Since it's the most sold airplane ever, let's have a look at the biggest orders ever placed for the A320 family aircraft. In November 2017, at the Dubai Air Show, Indigo Partners Group agreed with Airbus to buy 430 A320s. The order is worth almost $50 billion, which makes it the largest firm single-order Airbus has ever received. The 430 aircraft will go to each airline belonging to the Indigo Partners family, which are Wizz Air, Frontier Airlines, JetSmart, and Volaris. In October 2019, the Indian low-cost carrier Indigo has placed an order of 300 A320neo aircraft, which is one of Airbus's largest orders with a single airline operator. By the end of 2019, Airbus has received almost 7,000 firm orders of the A320neo family from nearly 110 airlines worldwide. Number 5. Since the beginning of the video, we're discussing mainly the good aspects of the Airbus A320. Besides its successful path, the aircraft didn't experience the brightest beginning. In fact, only 2 months after entering into service with Air France in April 1988, the A320 crashed for the first time. The aircraft with the tail number Foxtrot Golf Foxtrot Kilo Charlie was operated by Air France for its subsidiary Air Charter and had only 22 hours and 30 minutes of total flight time. In fact, during that day, the Air France A320 was supposed to perform a flying display with 136 passengers on board at Habsheim Airport as part of the Habsheim Air Show. Despite the high experience of the pilots, a succession of errors, mistakes, and probably a bit of overconfidence led the A320 to crash into the forest laying at the end of runway. 3 people lost their lives. This flight was very particular because it was the first exhibition ever of a fly-by-wire aircraft. At that time, this concept was still controversial, so the outcome of this display was crucial for Airbus to prove the reliability of the fly-by-wire technology. Luckily, the unfortunate result from this accident didn't stop the A320 from being the most popular single-aisle aircraft ever sold. Number 4. One A320 takes off or lands somewhere in the world every 2 seconds. This means that every time you breathe, an A320 takes off. Okay, maybe this is not the case right now during the coronavirus crisis where most of the fleets are still grounded, but under normal conditions, this would be the case. So, with so many A320s in the air, it is important to notice that safety is not compromised. The A320 family has a safety record of 0.1 fatal crashes per 1 million departures, which makes it one of the safest airliners in the world. This will be very reassuring to hear for the passengers that have fear of flying. No need to worry, with the A320 you're safe. Here we come to the top 3 of the most exciting facts you need to know about the Airbus A320. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into it. Number 3. I've already mentioned the power of the A320 engines, but developing a huge amount of thrust is not their only advantage. The aircraft is fitted with 2 engine-driven generators used to supply electrical AC current to all the systems. Each generator supplies 115 volts, 400 Hz alternating current. In layman's language, this could be translated as enough electrical power to provide electricity for 30 standard apartments. These 2 engine-driven generators are not the only electrical supply in the airplane. Such a sophisticated machine needs more redundancy to safely face any malfunction. But the topic would be way too technical, so we'll just stick with the basics in this video. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a more technical video about the A320 systems. Number 2. American Airlines is the largest A320 operator in the world. After 2005, the airline industry had greatly changed and several airlines decided to blend together in order to become a stronger and more efficient group. After Northwest Airlines merged with Delta in 2009, United Airlines merged with Continental, American Airlines is no longer the leader in the United States. The associated groups were stronger than American Airlines, providing a larger capacity and an increased geographical coverage. In order to regain its leadership position, American Airlines merged with US Airways in 2013 to become again the biggest airline in the United States. With US Airways having 263 A320 aircraft and American Airlines having 144, the new association led the group to be the largest A320 family aircraft operator. And here's the number 1 of the most impressive facts you should know about the A320. The A320 family operates on every continent, including Antarctica. Surprising, isn't it? In fact, Australian Antarctic Division is conducting intercontinental air operations in some of their Antarctic research stations. The flight between the city of Hobart in Australia and the Wilkins Aerodrome in Antarctica is operated with an Airbus A319, which is a slightly smaller version of the A320. It has a range of 5,000 nautical miles, which allows the A319 to fly to Antarctica and back without the need to refuel. The flight takes approximately 4 hours and 30 minutes, and passengers must wear special survival clothing before the start of descent into Wilkins. This is definitely one of those flights that you will never forget in your life. Now I would like to know, which of these 10 facts did you find the most impressive? Let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Want to watch more interesting aviation content? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon.